Hi YouTube. Um, it's almost 6 o'clock in the morning, Monday, and as I mentioned in my last video, I don't sleep a lot. Haven't been to sleep at all tonight, and I gotta be leaving the house in like 2 hours to go to school. And I have a test today, I have a test tomorrow, I have to study for either one, and it's okay because I always make straight A's. I'm kind of going back and forth because my dogs are in the room with me and they want attention and petting, so they keep running from me, so I have to give them the attention they want. Or they bark and they whine, and they're really cute, two dogs. But I originally was going to talk about domestic violence and really the effect it can have on somebody, but every time I make these videos, I start really talking about my husband, and I guess for right now, I just want people to understand that if somebody tells you that you're worthless and nobody's ever going to want you the way that you are, it's a lie. You know, my husband is not every woman's fantasy. And he certainly wasn't mine. He's good looking, he's gorgeous. But I never thought somebody like him could be interested in somebody like me. And I had mentioned in my last video that I have, lost a lot of weight before. And when I met my husband, I was probably 150, maybe 155 pounds. And I'm currently 270 pounds. And in case I said that a little too fast, I did say 270 pounds. And my husband doesn't care. He's not an overweight man. He strives to be not a gigantic bodybuilder, but a medium bodybuilder. It's what he likes and it's what he prefers. Excuse me. My baby girl Minnie. Hey. Hi Minnie. Hi Minnie. Yeah, she's mama's girl sometimes, especially at night this late. But anyway. I guess Piper wants to get up here too. Come on, Piper. No. Anyway, and this is Piper. They're mama's babies. Anyway, they get difficult to do anything but pay attention to them sometimes. But, my husband, when he met me, I was probably closer to what he actually prefers. And I was told that, my marriage wouldn't make it by my ex. He told me that, this guy's going to realize who you are and how you are. He's going to leave you because you're going to beat him down to, into the corner. And it's not true. I'm not an abusive person. That's what my ex told me. And anybody who's been abused will understand that you were always told that you were the problem. And I was never the problem. It was always him. I was too stupid. He told me things like, you can't go to school to be a nurse because you're too stupid to be a nurse. And, well, if that's true, then explain to me why, without cheating, without hard studying, I study. I just don't study real hard. But without studying hard, I make straight A's. Stupid people don't do that, and it's just, of course, you're always the problem. You're the problem, never them. And if you were to ask him now, he didn't do anything wrong. He didn't deserve the way that I treated him. But women that have dated him or his ex-wife, they'll, tell you the same thing that I'm telling you. He was a horrible person. I was with him for 7 years. And I'll go into that later as I get into more of really what I had intended to talk about tonight. One of the things I did want to say was in my last video, I happened to notice, I was watching it, and I happened to notice that when I held up the book, The Lap Band Solution, I had mentioned that the author's name was Pat O'Brien, and happened to see on the video tonight that it was actually Paul O'Brien. So, to try to fix sounding like a complete moron, because I'm saying Pat and the book is showing Paul, people are like, oh my gosh, she's dumb. I just wanted to get that out of the way, that it was Paul O'Brien that wrote the book. But anyway, you know, my husband, I guess I just need to, you know, let women out there know that if you're being told that nobody's ever going to want you, and this goes for men too, because I know men go through abuse with women too. But anyway, you know, you get told that nobody's going to want you, that you're not worth anything, and it's just not true. You know, my husband thinks I'm the most beautiful woman in the world, and I don't see it. I think I'm hideous to look at. It's hard for me to go to school and be seen in public. I hate the way clothes fit me. I hate having to buy the size, you know, 22 jeans that I have to buy. And that's why I'm getting another lap band, because I'm so miserable. Being intimate with my husband is just, it's horrible in my mind, because he has to see me nude. Because he won't be intimate with me and let me wear a shirt like I'm used to. He would rather have skin-to-skin contact. And believe me, I know there's people out there hearing that going, oh my God, that's so gross. You're so fat. Believe me, it doesn't hurt my feelings for anybody else to say it to me or even think it, because I know there are people thinking it, and I know there's people saying it right now, but guess what? I feel the same way. But my husband doesn't care, because he does want me, and he does love me. And it doesn't matter to him that I'm not. Does he prefer an overweight woman? No, he doesn't. But he prefers his wife, and that's what I am. It's taken me the entire time that I've been with him. We've been together about 3.5 years, and it's taken me that entire time to realize that my ex was wrong, that I do deserve this kind of love, and somebody out there will give it to me despite the things that I've been through and who it's turned me into, or who I've allowed it to turn me into. My husband just knows I'm a person who needs love, and he wants to be the one to give it to me, and he does. You know, we've had an interesting, you know, almost 2 years since we moved to Texas from Utah. There have been a lot of things that have happened that I will talk about in other videos that might make people go, well, gosh, I couldn't even be with a guy who did something like that. And you'll understand what I mean in a later video. When I say did something like that, it's not, my husband's never been abusive, ever. He would never hurt me on purpose. It was an accident that we had, and it was kind of both our faults that it happened. And to this day, you know, it's been over a year, and he still feels bad about it. And I mean, I kind of make jokes about it, and he's just not ready to hear the jokes or even make them. It's not funny to him yet. And it's not that it was funny, but, you know, it happened, and it brought us to where we are now spiritually. We're not Christian, we're Buddhist, and that situation is what brought us to being Buddhist. I guess I could speak a little bit on the domestic violence thing. Ladies that are being abused, men that are being abused. I'm going to go into probably further detail about this later in another video, but I'm going to give you some short, quick advice, and it may make people laugh or whatnot, and it's not meant to make people laugh, but it is kind of funny. If you're being abused physically, best advice I can give you is watch Madea's Family Reunion, I believe it's called. I love Tyler Perry and I love Madea's movies. But in this movie, she gave some advice that anybody should follow. And I'm not suggesting kill anybody. I don't think that anybody should be killed, especially if there are young children involved, because it just destroys their entire life. Their whole world is just, destroyed if a parent gets killed. I'm not saying kill anybody, but I am saying if you are getting physically abused, you take a big pot of boiling grits and you play grit ball, just like Madea told them in Medea's family reunion. You pick up that pot of grits and you throw it on him, and you take the heaviest skillet you got, hopefully it's iron, and beat him with it or her until they stop. And then you get out. You can't put up with it. You can't listen to it. You cannot let a man emotionally beat you down. And that's what my last relationship did. By the time I met my husband, I was so tired emotionally. I mean, it took me 2 years to start living life. And I'm not even done yet. I got a whole another 2 years to go before I'm where I want to be physically. And then I got like 4 years to go until I'm done with college. And it sucks. I hate going to school, but in 5 years, my family's going to be good to go. And I'm going to look the way I want to. I'm going to have a job that I want to that pays good money. And my family is no longer going to struggle like we are right now. We're not, we never have money, but all our bills are paid and all our needs are met. We always have food. My son always eats. He's got nice clothes, clean clothes. We make sure laundry's done. We got a roof over our head, and we are not lacking in any bills. We don't owe any money to anybody. Our car was bought and paid for with cash. We have no car payments. The only bills we have outside of rent is a phone bill. We live in a motel right now. That's all we can afford right now, and it sucks, but we're together. We have a roof over our head. We have a bed to sleep in, and our dogs have food. Our hamster has food, and we're doing okay. Everything's good. So, we just like any other normal couple starting out, broke all the time. You know how it is. But anyway, I'm going to do a video later in more detail about domestic violence and about the relationship that I went through, and hopefully somebody who might be going through the same thing will see it and realize, hey, I can get out too. I don't have to put up with this, and I'm not worthless, and somebody out there is going to think I'm amazing, and they are going to love me, and I'm better than this loser that I'm with, be it a male that's getting abused or a female that's getting abused. And there's just no excuse. And I'm going to try to get at least 1 hour of sleep, hour and a half, so I can at least have a little bit of sleep, because if I can at least get that, I'm good to go. Been this way since I was 14, so I'm kind of used to it. But I don't know if anybody got anything out of that. If you did, fantastic. If not, thanks for listening to the rants of a girl who can't sleep, who I know I look tired, but I'm really not. And I probably look this way a lot. But thanks, guys. I look forward to getting to know somebody, a couple people, whatever, making some friends. And I will talk to you later. Bye.